Hi, my name is Yonada Scalo and welcome to my Nerikomi playlist. In this project we are going to use the scrap clay we have from all the canes we made. When I want to store my scrap clay, I dip it in water and then I put it in my reclaim bag. Now I came to check my reclaim bag and I saw the pieces are a little bit too dry. So I dip them again in water and I will let them sit for 1 day. Then I wedge them together until they are mixed. Now I am going to make the buttons for the tissue box. I am using the cane that we made on tutorial number 7. I use my 5mm thickness strip to slice 2 slices from this cane. I put them on a cotton fabric sheet, I cover them, and then I work with the rib to flatten them. I'm doing it on both sides. Now I put them on a piece of paper for cutting them with my cookie cutter. The paper will make it easier for me to release them. I cover them with a thin piece of plastic, making sure there are no wrinkles on the plastic, and then I use the cutter to cut them. The plastic will help me get beveled edges on my buttons. Now I release them from the paper and put them on their back. I tap the pointed edge of the heart to smooth it. Now I will add the Nerikomi wire U to make it a button, keeping in mind that the slice is thin and I don't want the Nerikomi wire to pick on the other side. I am inserting the Nerikomi wires U perpendicular to the heart shape. This is how the button looks after it has been fired and glazed. Here we can see how the button holds the elastic band after I assembled all the pieces of the box. My son has designed 3D cutters for this project. The files are available for free download at the link below in the description box. Here is how I prepare the template if I don't have the cutters. The size of my paper is A4. I put the tissue pack on the paper and use the thickness strip to add dimension to the package as the clay will shrink later. I trace the tissue package with the added width of the thickness strip. I continue the lines to add the part for the height of the box. I will need 2 pieces of each side. The width of 3 thickness strips will give me the height of the box. I find the center of each side of the wall of the box to mark the place for the button. Now I find the center of the top of the box to find the place where I can pull the tissue out of the box. My clay is 7 mm thick, so it will be sturdy enough. I use the template I made to cut the pieces out. The cut is straight up and down. I will cut 2 pieces of each side of the wall template. I also mark the center of the piece. Now I use round Kemper cookie cutter to cut the hole where the buttons will fit in later. I do the same for the short side of the box. I take the scrap clay, dip it in water and save it for later to attach the walls. I clean the holes with my fingers. I'll do the same on the other side. Then I will let the pieces sit on the work surface for half an hour to stiffen up. Now I start attaching the walls. I score the top of the wall and then I score the wall itself. I brush them with my toothbrush to create some mud and then I will attach them together. I will use the soft clay to make a coil and to make the joint of the wall stronger. I will repeat the process with the rest of the walls. I cover the box with plastic and then I will let it sit overnight to stiffen up, so I will be able to flip it over. Now I use the shear foam to clean the edges of the box. I'm using the colored slip from tutorial number 11. I will cover the box with 3 layers of this slip, letting it dry between the layers. Then I will bisque and glaze the box. After glazing, I'm using E6000 glue to add flat shoelaces to the bottom of the box, so it will not scratch the table. The glue takes 24 hours to cure, so it gives me time to fix them and put them in place before it hardens. Now I'm going to add the buttons. I'm using an elastic band. I will thread it into the holes, attaching each button and pulling it into the box, making sure I'm using the heart button with the right orientation so it won't be attached upside down. Now it's time to add the tissue. Here is our final tissue box ready for use.